Hey class, I'm Lucan. I'm joined with Jack, Walker, and Praise, and we're here to present our coffee final design video. So looking at our process flow diagram, we started with green beans of 190 grams, roasted them using 0.29 kilowatts an hour, ended up with about 150 roasted beans with a mass loss of 40 grams to VOC. And then we did two separate brews in the French press. We grinded 75 grams each, then placed those into two French presses. We added 400 grams of water into those French presses. We allowed for an extraction time of 6 minutes, which then produced 254 grams of coffee, of brewed coffee for the first brew, and 261 grams of coffee for the second brew. Placed those both into the carafe, and then we added 460 grams of water to that to get a final of 1,725 grams. We kind of took the approach of the cold brew method with this. We thought it was a unique and different way to get the mass needed while also retaining the flavor of our coffee.
So I'll talk a little bit more about the mass balances. So as Lucan said, we have two brews going on, and each of the brews we had put 75 grams of ground coffee, that is Brazilian dark, into each. And then into the French presses, we also put 400 grams of water. And then the output we got from both of those brews was 254 and then 261 respectively. So we had 550 grams of brewed coffee total. And then to meet the requirement of 975 grams, we added 460 grams of hot water to the carafe. And now Praise will talk to you a little bit about the roasting process.
All right, so we used El Brazil dark roast because within our group we felt that it had the best flavor profile. We chose a dark roast because we also felt that it tasted better in comparison to the light roast. The only downfall of choosing this Brazil dark roast was that the roasting time took about 20 to 25 minutes and to get the desired roast. And then secondly, with our energy usage for our roast A, we used a total of 0.23 kilowatts per hour for the Nesco roaster, which resulted in an energy total of 0.02359 per gram. And then for roast B, we used a total of 0.22 kilowatts hour for the Nesco roaster again, and that led to an energy total of 0.00419 per gram. We chose the French press in order to minimize energy and increase our efficiency. We found that this method conserved the most energy while letting us still make an enjoyable cup of coffee.
So for our final brew, we had a TDS of 1.55%, which is pretty high, but that was kind of our goal because we felt that having a stronger coffee is better than having a weaker coffee. Due to our methods of having a really high amount of grounds in the French press, our percent extraction was pretty low because there wasn't because the water became so quickly saturated with coffee that not much more could be pulled from the ground itself.
Okay, and then next we're going to go into a little overview of our sensory evaluation. So our coffee had an excellent flavor profile, and we were amazed with the earthy aroma, and we traced hints of nut and chocolate. The aroma we thought was very long lasting and filled the entire room. The flavor of our coffee was really unlike any other cup that has actually ever been made before. This is primarily because of our dedication and strategy. The flavor evoked the pleasures of the mind and soul, and it was truly unlike anything you have ever smelled. The smell will make you want to stay inside on a rainy day, wake up on Christmas morning, and even dream of better days. So overall, we thought and we're very pleased with how our smell and the taste of our coffee turned out. It's always like on the day of, it can be a little iffy, but it turned out exactly like we wanted it to. Okay, next we're going to do a little summary of our improvement. So while we were voted the best tasting coffee by the judges, we could have slightly improved our efficiency by reducing the overall energy intake. So to do this, we could have used a medium roast instead of a dark roast because the dark roast takes a little longer. And we could have also potentially used multiple bean types for a greater variety of flavor as we use Brazil for both roasts. So we thought that Brazil Kenya combination could have made our coffee even better and a little bit more tasteful.
Okay, and now we're done with the PowerPoint. So Lucan will show us some videos of the actual process.
Thank you, Jack. Got some videos for you guys, just a little behind the scenes of our process to making the best cup of coffee. So here is the pouring of the roasted beans and then subsequent grinding of the beans. We also have Jack here measuring our TDS after our brew. Some French press action. Jack working really hard, making sure all the coffee gets extracted. A little bit of a struggle at the end, but that just shows our dedication. Here we have the pouring of the hot water, making sure that all the grounds get wet. And then we left it there for 6 minutes. Very elegant pour. And a cameo at the end. Here we have behind the scenes water heatage going to our energy consumption. And last but not least, another press down. Nice and slow. And that concludes the videos of our project. As we said, we felt that we had a unique approach that separated ourselves from the pack, and we hope you enjoyed our coffee and our presentation.